Okay, Duane, there's another question that of Fiston, and it's still about the real side. Now, he wants to know how one can actually recognize the life level at which he's operating in the real side experience. How can he recognize it? What are the markers? Because mm, we talk about creation, now we talk about the real universes. So Fiston wants to know how we can really pinpoint at what life level we are operating. Thank you.
Okay, I understand that. It's rather interesting how life is. So, we're at that point where life is an isness. And so, yes, people want to know where is what. Okay, it's kind of like here. It's like, okay, I am here, and where is the supermarket so I can go buy food? All right, so these are designated places in life. Okay, so yes, we do want to know where that exists, and we want to know what so-called life level we're on. And so again, it's simply a recognition. It's you learn to recognize where you are. Just like here, you grew up in this world, and eventually you recognized that you're here, which you always are. This is this is the coolness about the isness, and that is that your real awareness supersedes everything. But if you want to designate a place like anything else, and it's like a person again looking for a store, but they don't know where it is, and so they go about asking people, or they look on the internet, or they try and they figure it out in some way, right? You take the time to figure it out, and eventually you find the store, and you recognize this designated place. Yeah, that's like the from here to there idea. Now your real awareness is like that, but it's an isness. You simply recognize. So if he wants to recognize the astral realm or the causal realm or the mental realm, okay, these are places in life. In creation, we have places in life. In the real universes, it's an isness. That's why when I shared my experiences in the journey to real freedom, I did really not designate these places like Paul did. Paul broke it down literally. And realistically, in the real universes, it does, but it really doesn't exist because it's all an isness. This is the best part of it. But again, this is where the individual has to take the time to recognize this. So again, if he wants to see where he's at, he needs to figure out where he's at. Just like when you're here, you need to figure out where you're at. You see, it's like, you figured out where you're at because you've asked others and you've went through the system here and they've told you, well, you're on Earth. Okay, you're on Earth. But realistically, are we really on Earth? Is it really as what we've been told? Or are we just being told a lot of things about this or that? So again, each person goes about their own way of discovering. The real side gives hints when you go to the real guides in your own particular way, and they give you hints about where you're at and what's going on. But they say it many times in certain ways because life is really bigger than what we decide. But again, it's recognition, Charles. It's up to each individual to recognize, first of all, you have to decide, what is it you want to recognize? Just like going to the store, you have to decide, well, I want to go to the store to buy food. Well, if you want to recognize, what's going on in the astral worlds, well, you simply decide that, and you go through the process, just like you would take a course in college or school. You go through the process to recognize the course. So it's the same thing. It's a choice. by taking the time to recognize the isness, when you go to the end result, which is here and now, it's all here and now, there's actually no real side. We use this real side idea for the personal self, okay, is what we do. But it's all in isness. It's all here and now. With the recognition of that, these other places will become obvious, you see. They will become obvious as to how they do exist. So again, it just depends. Most of the world is going in steps, like most of the world is religious, as an example, and most of the world pray to the gods. So they feel that when they die, they're going to go to some designated heaven, which basically they will, because that's what they've decided, and that's all they know, and so they're going to either go there or be led there. That's what they want. So basically that is the astral worlds, because it's just basically like the physical. It's another place in life. So it's a going from here to there. It's another place in life, all right? So again, I know this sounds a little funny, but it's really very simple. And so, yeah, as Paul presented this, he presented the soul travel idea. So a lot of people want to fly out of their bodies and go flying here and there, which you can. But, you know, look at the sun shining, which is a great representative of the all is. It ain't flying anywhere, okay? It just is, because it's all recognition with your real awareness, which is everything. So as opposed to from here to there, into the reality of it is here now everything. So again, it's a decision. So if he wants to, you know, recognize where he's at, he simply decides and then learns to recognize it. Yeah, like anything. Go ahead.
Fistons says during his time in a Kankar, you know, as he's a musician and he's a struggling musician. So this priest had proposed to him that should, if he does a song, maybe I don't know whether glorifying their way of life or anything like that. He was going to give him a lot of blessings. He was going to open the way for him to be prosperous in his musical career. But then in the interval, he stumbled on the Nuyu and started singing it. And he did not find any need again to go see the priest. And so he did some musical composition, and he decided to sing about to include the name of a prominent local politician there in the Congo. And sang about him put him in his song. So it caught the attention of this politician, who is a very rich person, and he even granted him this guy who never entertains any audience was able to receive. Was able to talk to him personally, and even appreciated what he had done, and proposed that he was going to sponsor his music personally. He was going to sponsor his musical career personally, and the guy. The guy has traveled, and they even said he was going to provide him with a vehicle, which, as a gift, that would take him all around to realize whatever he wants to do. And as of now, the politician traveled to China, I think, for some business or diplomatic issue. And this gift of a car, is yet to be would be would be would be realized when he returns home. So Fiston is saying, uh, by narrating this dream, he wants uh, to vindicate the help that the real guides have provided him, you know, have given him just by singing the New You and having the inspiration to sing about this politician. You see, he loved his music well above every other musical piece that was composed talking about him or talking about all the situations there. So he loved his music, and it's very important to him because uh, he's been struggling to have a producer, and is limited by means. So to find somebody upon meeting the new you, to find somebody who has opted to personally sponsor him in his musical endeavors is something very great. So he wants to attest to the helpfulness of the real guides, and also that the real guides should continue to open doors for him so that all what was promised should be realized. So I don't know whether I have any comment on this.
Well, again, he's taken the initiative. He decided something, and all you can do is wait and see what the end results are. And so, this is what's come about. So again, you just do something, and he's demonstrating it, and things are happening. So you will see at a step at a time where things are going. And so the idea too is that the same with me. Uh, I have, and you would say that this is a business deal, which it really is. We'll just put it in that category, okay? It's not salvation. It's not any of these things. And yes, we're led a step at a time, but keep in mind it is not the ultimate. But yes, you'll see how that comes out. And I was going to say, just like the business deals that I have, there's also a caution there. So I don't take for granted what comes about in creation. Creation is its own reality, and things do look good, but there's more behind the picture. There always is. Just like the president up there, making the pretty speeches, there's a lot more behind it, and it seems like he's providing for this or that. Well, is it really so? So again, a step at a time to see where it goes. And just like my business deals, the people that I'm dealing with, I have to take it a step at a time to see if they will, might say, hold up their end and recognize a real purpose more so than just the personal item. So at a certain point, you get beyond those things. So in the meantime, just like being raised with our parents, yes, we enjoy those times. We go through those times, but then things become bigger. So, this is a possibility because he stepped up and just go with the experience, see what happens, and things will show up accordingly. So the world, again, presents itself in a particular way, but it's really not always that, is it? So you want to be aware at the same time. So yes, we do need certain things, but you'll see where it leads. So he's going through the first steps and seeing what's taken place. There's more that I could say on this, but I won't at this time. Maybe he'll report back his experiences, etc. Again, many people feel that because they've accomplished things in a physical sense, which they do need, that it's this or that, but there really is more to it. So again, we'll see what happens. Yes, thank you, Charles, for sharing. Go ahead. Yes, have fun. Have fun with it.
Okay.